Luka just described, you knew it was coming for a little bit, but being here in the moment and what it's going to mean to you to see your number in the rafters here.
It's going to mean everything. It's an incredible moment. I think that number obviously means a lot to me and my family. My dad wore that number. It's the reason I chose that number, and I put everything I had into that jersey for 4 years. So to see that go up in the rafters is something I'm never going to forget.
Luka, last year you didn't get to share the season with the fans, and tonight you get that full experience of the fans in the stands. What's that going to mean to you to share that moment?
It's going to be unbelievable. I definitely. It's such an amazing feeling when you play in front of those fans, and to not have that for a year is something that's gonna sting for a while. But for me to be able to see that tonight is gonna mean the world to me. And I had so many great experiences, so many sellout crowds we played in front of, so many big wins, and all of that support for me my entire career is it's amazing. So I'm so excited to see that tonight.
Did it feel different coming back here yesterday and being in practice?
Yeah, no, it definitely. I came back in the fall as well, and it definitely feels different when you're like watching practice and seeing coach, yelling at other guys and not you. So it's different. It's different, but it's awesome. And then I'm now a fan now. I watch all the games and I'm keeping up to date with all these guys and making sure they're doing good. And it's incredible to be back, and I miss it. So it's a lot of fun to see it.
That moment when you walk off the court, when you find out, Fran Todd talks to you a bit, you kind of break down. What was that like for you? What was going through your head?
It was already an emotional enough day. Being senior day, the whole day, going through shoot around and pregame meal and everything. I was emotional the whole day. I was just thinking about it being the last time I'm playing here, and you do it so many times, and every time it feels amazing. You never feel like it's going to be, the last one. And so that was already an emotional enough day, just being, a senior here. And, when you told me that, it just, I had no idea that was going to happen. It was totally unexpected. And, I hadn't, ever really thought of it, my jersey being retired, maybe in the future or something like that. But, when I found out it was actually going to happen, it was, incredible. And it was a surreal feeling, and I can't even really describe it. And for coach to be the one to tell me was something else that's crazy. He recruited me when a lot of other coaches turned me down and passed on me and stuff like that. And he saw something in me, I'm forever in debt to him and his family.
How has your Pistons experience been?
Oh, it's been incredible. I really feel like I'm getting better every day. Between I've been really lucky as a rookie. First of all, I've started 5 games as a rookie, which is something I didn't think that was going to happen. I've gotten, because of COVID and different things, I've got an experience of playing, 40 minutes in an NBA game, which is something that helped me completely. I feel like the game, kind of really slowed down for me once I had that experience, because you can practice, you can, do whatever, work out, but you can't really simulate that experience until you're really there. And so when I had that, I feel like everything kind of changed for me. And and also, when guys got back, and I went back to the G League. I'm really lucky that Detroit has a G League team. We practice in the same facility, we play across the street, and that provides me an opportunity to be able to go up and down without having to travel far and stuff like that. And that's incredible for my development, and especially when we have so many guys that I can watch and work out against, and then go put it into action against really good G League competition. I think that's going to help me a lot. And so, I've had a little bit of everything. I've had, been in the rotation. I've started and played 40 minutes in the NBA, and then I've also had a lot of experience in the G League. So I think overall, it's going to really help me going forward in my professional career.
You changed your frame a lot. From your Iowa days, I think you lost, 30 pounds or something. What made you decide to do that, and how has that impacted your game?
Yeah, no, it's definitely changed my game a little bit. Obviously, I knew I had to, self-evaluate going into the draft, and understanding that, when you watch the NBA, you don't see too many, post-ups. It's not very common. There's some teams, certain guys that it happens for on a regular basis, but mostly, it's not like that. So I needed that frame in college because, I was playing heavily on the block, and that's where I was really effective, and that's where I could help my team win by, creating openings by, having double teams and triple teams and trying to get it out of there. And we had shooters surrounding me and stuff like that, and that was our advantage. That was what was going to help the team win. So I understood that, I'm a good enough shooter to kind of lose a little weight and, lose a little bit of the strength that I had, and to get quicker and be able to, defend at a higher level. And that's something I worked on all summer. I think that really helped me. And now I'm starting to build back up some of the strength that, I may have lost with losing, 30 pounds. And so I'm starting to feel stronger, but also, quicker and stuff like that. And I still post up when I can and different things like that. It's just a little bit different. And, obviously especially in the G League, I'm shooting a lot more from the perimeter and stuff like that and working on my jump shot. And, I've always had ultimate confidence in my shot. And I feel like I could shoot it with the best of them. So, that's something I try to do a little bit more nowadays.
How would you define your 4 years here?
I don't even know. I'd say it was incredible. I loved every single second of it. I came here. I wanted to help Coach McCaffrey, win. I wanted to be a guy who brought this team to the tournament and went very far. And after my freshman year, it was a tough year on me mentally. I'd never been on a losing team, and we were 14-19, and I still think about a lot. And so going into that summer was was a big summer for me in terms of leadership and stepping up and different things like that. And everything I've been through. I mean, the cyst and then my junior year and then COVID and then coming back. It's incredible, and you can't even script it. And it just I'm so thankful, and I'm really lucky to have been recruited by Coach McCaffrey and given the opportunity to come to this place. Because if he hadn't recruited me, I don't know if I had ever been in Iowa ever. And so I came here and I fell in love with it, and it's home. It's home for me.
When people, especially Iowa fans, say Luka Garza, what do you want them to think of?
Someone that took an opportunity that was given to him, worked as hard as they could to maximize it. I think that's the biggest thing. I'm not the most athletic guy. I wasn't very highly recruited. I was number 100 player in my class, and when they ranked me, they spelled my name wrong. And I was able to turn that into being the best player in the country and helping my team win at a very high level. And be a 2 seed in the NCAA tournament. So I think with anything I want to be known as a guy who worked harder than anybody else.
Is there any game last year or moment you wish you could have had with fans here, as you think back?
Oh, there's so many. There's so many. You think about that Iowa State game and moments like that, and think about senior day and that the jersey being retired, all of that. Wishing fans could have been there. Even breaking a scoring record. There's so many. I feel like there was so many great moments for us. We beat UNC, which was, when I was growing up, that was a dream school for me. And so beating UNC was a crazy moment. I think, there's so many big games we won, but I have so many great memories of having fans there. Like, for instance, like the Illinois game when we won at home is some, I will never forget in front of that crowd and what that felt like. And so I've had my fair share of great memories in Carver, and there were still great memories even without the fans. But of course, we would have loved them to be there.
You talk about being a fan of the team now. This season, what has impressed you about a group that is now without you and other players from last year's team?
It's awesome. I think it's very similar going into my junior year when we weren't really expected to do much, and we were able to have a really, really good season. And barring COVID, we didn't get a chance to show what we could have done in the postseason. But I think it's very similar to that year, and where you have someone who has worked very hard, come out and start dominating the game in a way that's is so impressive. I watched it. Knowing Keegan and Chris, and when they first stepped on campus, how confident they were in playing pickup games, it was like, who are these guys? And then you saw how Keegan impacted the game last year for us, as a guy who came in off the bench, played hard, rebounded, defended. And then, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking of, all the pickup games where he's, scoring 8 out of 11 points. I know how well he can score the ball. So it's like if he puts it all together, it's going to become something really special. And clearly it has been. And so I'm so excited for him and his family and what he's doing and what he's brought to this team. And you talk about all the other guys that have stepped up and been so good for us, and Patrick and Aaron Ewis, Tony Perkins, Joe Toussaint, obviously Jordan, who's been here a million years, but it's been amazing. He has 10 threes at Maryland. That's, he's breaking his own records and making history in the Big Ten. And so I'm so happy for him and what he's doing. So it's been awesome. It's a different perspective being a fan, but it's fun. I can't wait to watch the games and support these guys. And I'm going to do that for the rest of my life.
Is there any welcome to the NBA moments where you're like thinking, oh my God, I'm guarding this guy or this guy's?
Yeah, I think there's a couple. I think the biggest one for me was, like 2 or 3 games into the year. I wasn't in rotation, but there was foul trouble and stuff like that. So I get in. We're playing in Philadelphia, so I'm guarding Joel Embiid, and I hit a 3, and me, I start talking a little bit, and he gets the offensive rebound. He dunks it. He starts talking to me. He gets a technical. Then I hit another 3. I'm still talking, and we're going back and forth. So I think I had 4 minutes, and it just, it felt like an eternity out there trying to guard him on the post. But that was a surreal moment, going against a guy like that, and being able to kind of handle my own. And so I think that was probably the first welcome to the NBA moment for me.
One or two more?